Charlton Athletic are going down to League Two. Darryl said it. We are getting relegated from League One to the 4th Division for the first time in the club's history. That's genuinely what I think is going to happen. And it's going to take a lot of convincing to make me change my mind on that. I don't know where this improves. I don't know where this gets better. I don't remember it being this bad. I said it in my last video. I don't remember a time when it was ever this bad. It hasn't been this bad. This is the worst it's ever been. It's the worst season in the club's history. It's the worst team that we have had the displeasure of watching. And we keep saying it year on year, year after year, worst team ever. This is the worst Charlton team. And it will be the worst Charlton team. Because this will be the team that will relegate us. If this continues, which I think that it will, I've lost total confidence. I've lost confidence in this club. I've lost confidence in this team. We just look dejected, out of confidence, and I think most telling, out of passion, out of desire, out of spine. We have no ability in this squad. We have no quality in this squad. And no bother. There is no passion. They don't want to play for this shirt. They look half-arsed. Game today against Derby. Didn't watch it, was at work. Managed to catch the last 10 minutes on my break. And I could just tell what was going on and what happened. I just watched the last 10 minutes and we just looked out of ideas. And we just looked dead. Run into the ground. No confidence, no passion, no nothing. Nothing's there. That's exactly what we've seen all season. A culmination of disasters this season that has led us into this position. Sick to death of it. And now I think we're at the point of no return. I really can see this club in the 4th tier next season. And I think it will happen. Nothing that convinced me otherwise. You look on paper and you look at the team that we have, we should not be 19th with the squad of players that we have. That's just a simple truth. You look at the names we have on paper. We should be where everybody predicted us to be at the start of the season, fighting for playoffs. That's the truth. That is the honest truth. That's where we should be. Of course, it's not the reality though, is it? Football isn't played on paper. If it was played on paper, we'd be winning the league. Or near enough, or fighting near enough for it, but that's not the reality. Reality is, we're shit. And we're spineless. And I don't know how. I don't know how this has been allowed to happen. 2 managerial appointments wrong by the ownership, and they have to be called out for that. Andy Scott and the owners, they deserve to be called out for that. They're 0-2 now. Going into both transfer deadline days without a manager. So then we're panicking. We had a great summer window on the whole, but we panicked towards the end. Filled in players that didn't improve us. Players that have been sent back to their clubs from loan, or players that are just out of form, and some that aren't even playing. And then in January, same thing. You give Michael Appleton, arguably the most unlikable Charlton manager there's been in a long time, maybe ever. You give him the January transfer window to bring the players that he wants. Yes, some good players coming through the door, but you allow him to change the system. You allow him to change to a system that we have never been able to play effectively in the last 3 years. You sell our most attacking asset out wide, arguably our best attacking asset at the club right now in Blackett Taylor, or not right now because he's gone now, over the course of the season. And then you sack him, so now the whole thing about you talking about, we've got a group of players that don't play as a team because they're part of different styles of play that different managers have wanted, so it's not a cohesive unit. They've now added to that by sacking another manager and letting him have the January. And then we go into transfer deadline day without a manager again. We're lacking a striker, we're lacking bodies in the wing-back positions, which we do end up signing, but are both panics. Signed 2 players, they're panic signings. because we're not going to attract anyone. We can't attract anyone with quality. I don't care that we're appointing Nathan Jones. I really don't. It looks very much set to be him. Yes, on paper, it's a stunning upgrade over Mike Appleton. It is a very exciting appointment. The project is there. It is exciting. With Nathan Jones coming in and the players that we've signed and some of the players on paper that we have, it looks exciting. But only if we stay in League One. And that, in my opinion, is not going to happen. And I won't be told otherwise, I'm afraid. Nathan Jones needs to come in and give these group of players a massive, massive bollocking and a huge rocket up the arse. They've needed it all season. Let's not take the piss here, man. These players have underperformed this season and in quite a significant way. There's only a select few of players that have actually shown some passion and have actually shown some quality in this team this season. Besides that, they're either just incredibly mediocre or just can't be asked to play for the club and need to just get gone. They don't appreciate the privileged position that they're in to play for this club. That's why when I watch the games just now, that's why when I watch games now, they just look half-arsed. Someone like Nathan Jones hopefully can give them that fucking bollocking that they deserve. But I don't even think that's going to save us. Because we just have a group of players that just don't know what we're doing. We have two abominable goalkeepers who have made continuous mistakes this season. Yeah, the defence in front of them has not been great, but they've made terrible, terrible mistakes. How is Maynard Brewer still starting for us? How has he not been dropped? And we got Isted sat there on the bench who's come back from injury. Yes, he's only had one good game this season. I'd much rather we go with him, with Maynard Brewer. Why are we persisting with him? We signed Lewis Ward from Swindon. Like, surely, with our two keepers out of form, we can just give him a go. Apparently, he's not much better than Maynard Brewer and Isted. He's a great shot stopper, but lacks distribution. Exactly what we've already got. But how is Maynard Brewer still in goal? It just doesn't... I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm sorry. And I hate to say it because I do like Maynard Brewer and I have liked him over the years. But I cannot justify him being in between the sticks now. He has been shocking. Absolutely terrible. And like I said, part of it has been down to the defence in front of him, which has been the worst that I can ever remember. Our defence has been terrible. Conceding from set pieces, making individual errors every single fucking week, it seems. Trying to play the ball out from the back when we can't do it. Making stupid mistakes in possession. Costly mistakes. It is honestly incredible to say that Terrell Thomas is the only centre-back that actually gives a shit. Our actual defender. And he's actually playing well. And he deserves to be in the team right now. It's unbelievable that that's coming out of my mouth. But fair play to Thomas. Because he's one of the only few players right now that can hold his head high. He's proved me wrong. Because the guy is playing well. And he's playing with passion. Which isn't really saying a lot. Again, I suppose I'm not a massive fan of Thomas. And I still don't think he's probably good enough to the level that we want to be playing at. But he's doing a solid enough job at the moment. And that's all we can really ask from him. Certainly should be asking that from his other colleagues, who are certainly not doing that right now. Lucas Ness, what the fuck has happened to him this season? Hasn't recovered from his injury properly, hasn't come back to the same level that he was at before he got injured. He's been fucking terrible this season. Hector, terrible. Jones, out of form. Leroy, we've just sold to Bromley. Gillespie's come in and has looked suspect. Edmonds Green is playing in midfield. What the fuck is that about? We play a back five, which we can't work, and we're playing a centre-back in midfield. I don't care if Edmonds Green can play that position. I don't care. It's just so negative. 7 defensive outfield players, if you count Connor Coventry as a defensive player. Technically, he's a defensive midfielder rather than an actual central one, in my opinion. Speaking of the midfield, that's just been desolate all season, lacking a creative spark. There's just no control of the game in that area. Dobson, out of form. Connor Coventry hasn't lived up to the expectation that people thought he was going to be thus far. What does Louis Watson have to do to start a game? I'm stunned he's still here. He doesn't deserve to be at this club. He should be playing for a top-level League One team. That's how good he is. He should be playing. He should be starting. And hopefully when Nathan Jones comes in, he will start. It's a disgrace the way he's been treated. And then we come to the attack. Players that can't hit a barn door. Freddie Ladapo looks lost. The guy's been terrible. He keeps missing. The ball just goes through his feet every time. He can't hit a shot. I do feel bad for him because he's come in a high pressure situation with just Alfie May up front, who's been carrying us this season. You got Daniel Kanu, who, bless him, has taken his chance well this season, but there's too much pressure on him. Chuck Zanike and Miles Lieber are now injured long term. Ladapo has to come in and score goals, and he looks lost like the rest of his team. Not to single him out, but the attack in general. We don't even look like we can score a goal, let alone win a game at the moment. Last 2 games, we've scored 3 goals. 2 of them have been own goals from the opposition. Tells you everything. And even with Alfie May, how do we go from playing him as a 10 in a 4-2-3-1 and he's banging in goals for fun to then switching the system to a back 5 and punting long balls at him? Well fucking done, whatever genius come up with that. I'm sick to death of it. How have we let this happen? We've now gone to a back 5 which don't work, and we've sold Blackett Taylor. That has proven to be a disastrous loss already, and I said it. Because some Charlton fans were dumb enough to say, oh, he's not a big loss, he's replaceable because he's inconsistent. Fuck off. I'm sorry. He's had his best goal-scoring season to date. He's the only player that can actually pick the ball. Yes, I know he's inconsistent, but he's actually the only player that can pick the ball up and take players on and look to create something. And we've sold him to a fucking rival. We can't even call him a rival. Derby ain't our rivals. Fucking Cheltenham are. Cheltenham, Reading, Carlisle, Fleetwood. Those are our rivals now because we're in a relegation battle. A battle that I think we will lose. If we continue to play this system, if these players continue to be low on confidence and look like they don't give a shit. And this is where Nathan Jones come in. The amount of pressure that man is going to be under is unparalleled. Because he's got to come in, hopefully implement his own system, which I bloody well hope is not a 5 at the back. The fact is, it's not going to be like a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3 because we've got no wingers. The only winger we have is Tyrese Campbell, and he's been inconsistent this season as well. Maybe that's putting it lightly. Too weak for this level, not good enough. This is the most important appointment in the club's history. And again, on paper, it's a great one. Well done getting Nathan Jones in. We'll discuss it in a later video. And I will also discuss our transfer dealings in another video. That was what I was planning to come back with. But I just had to get this out today because honestly, this club is fucked. We are done. There is no way that I think we get out of this. We're playing Reading next Saturday. It is literally crunch time for us. We have to win that game. If they beat us, they go level on points of us. It already is serious. Like, we are in a relegation battle. And the fact that no one at the club, in terms of the actual hierarchy, the ownership, and even the management team right now, Curtis Fleming, the fact that they can't accept that is delusional. I don't want to dig Curtis Fleming out because he says all the right things. But come on, man. At least accept that we are in a relegation battle. And I am going to call him out for his team selections because what the fuck are you doing? Playing 5 at the back with 6, possibly 7 defensive players. You're just setting us up for failure. How is Maynard Brewer still in the team? How is Ness starting? How is Louis Watson not in the team? What does he have to do to start a game? We just lack ideas and quality and just passion. It's just not there. It isn't there. And looking at the month ahead, we've got Reading, we've got Lincoln, we've got to play Derby again. Portsmouth, Bolton. Do you really think we're going to get any points out of that? Because I don't. We are just spiralling down to relegation. We have not won a game in 12. The last win was against Cheltenham in November. And even then we barely beat them. 2 penalties to win the game. No clean sheet in 18 matches. That is a fucking disgrace. This club is a disgrace at the moment. And I just cannot see it improving. Best of luck to Nathan Jones, honestly. Like I said, it's a project and it's an exciting one. If we stay up. And if at least 90% of this squad next season is not here anymore and gone. We need the most hardest of resets ever than ever before. I honestly would keep about 5, 6 or 7 players next season. Genuinely. I'm being genuinely serious. I can't even name them to you either. Because none of them are really exactly giving themselves a good case for their performances at the moment. But that's that. I never thought I'd ever make this video or get to this decision or even be suggesting this. But I do think we're playing League 2 football next season. I honestly do hold that. And this video is going to look so fucking stupid if Jones comes in and he re-galvanises that team and suddenly they start playing and we get themselves well clear of safety. I bloody hope that happens. But I can't see it. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. And it's funny how everything's all turned out, hasn't it? One bollocks little comment that I make back in the Championship, you know exactly what comment it is. And look at us now. You got me to thank for this. It's funny how football works, eh? Club's fucked. Club's fucked. I see no way out of this. No way. I'm sorry, but that's how I see it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think we're going to stay up? Let me know. Do you think Nathan Jones is going to get the best out of this shit heap of a squad? Let me know. Rolling some rants are back. Feels like that's all I've just come back with. But yeah, I'm ending it now. I'm tired. I'm tired of this club and I'm just tired of everything. I've had enough. We're going on a League 2 tour unless we can seriously sort ourselves out. We are in serious trouble. I don't see any way out of it, and it's up to the squad to prove me wrong. Play for the shirt, that's all I ask. Have fucking passion and look like you actually want to play. And just genuinely improve, just play better football. Easier said than done, obviously, isn't it? But these players just don't convince me of anything and any sort of positive result. But that's that. I'm done. What do you think? Are we going to stay up? Let me know. I'll see you all for the next video. Take it easy.